Jumping corners and arrowheads really a progression on from jumping very straightforward fences. The exercise I start with is just really using poles as a guidelines leading up to a fence, and the same on landing, so the horses are staying between the two poles, landing and staying between the two poles. And it's a great exercise from a rider point of view because it really makes you aware of keeping absolutely bang on that line. Another little fun thing we sometimes do with the young horses is just jumping literally one filler on its own, just out of trot to start with, holding them on that line between both legs to the rein and quietly trotting to that narrow filler, concentrating all the time on being very, very straight. And we don't use speed at all to start with, very quiet, real slow dribbly trot, and they've got to stay on that line. We then progress on to the corner. The key thing with jumping corners is to start them small, not to have them too wide so the angle isn't too severe. I like to use full length poles to start with, so for a horse it's like just jumping a little parallel. We're still using the poles on the approach, and as you can see the line leads you to the point of the corner that I want to jump. As the horse feels confident, you can then change the degree of the angle by pulling the wings further apart. Then the wider it gets, the more serious it is that you stay and stick on that line, and I think it is really important right from the beginning that we do train them to stay on the line we put them on. When I'm happy with that, I'll then introduce a narrower corner, and then we can change the degree of difficulty from where we approach the corner. So one stage I'm coming left to right at the corner, and then I'll make it even more difficult and come right to left, opening the door for the run out. But it's still about staying on that line. Cross-country riding and cross-country training is all about confidence, and for sure if you start off little before you start making the angles too acute, then it's so much easier for them.